Friends, hello and welcome on techguruspeaks.com. Today I would like to describe some of the examples from Java methods. A method in Java shows certain behavior or operation of a class. As we already know, a class is having fields that represent data and method that represent the behavior or operation of a particular class. According to object-oriented programming principle, the fields of a class should be accessed by its methods only to ensure data hiding. Like the data and methods which are wrapped in the class, within this combination, only the methods will be able to access the data associated with it. That is the idea. As we already specified, Java methods are of two types: instance methods and class methods. Instance methods are basically methods of a class object. On the other hand, the class methods are the members of the class only, like the main method. We'll present here some of the important examples of Java methods. So let's move quickly to the demonstration part by using NetBeans IDE, which is one of the most popular IDEs for Java programming. So I will be now moving to the NetBeans. So first I will create a Java project. So file, new project. So I will be selecting the project type as Java. I will press next. Suppose I would like to keep the name as method example. So in that way the Java project will be created. So now within this project I will be creating my programs. As you already know, in NetBeans everything will be part of a project. So now I will be creating my own class. Say for example, it is named method test and it is part of the package that is denoted by method example. So I'll press finish here. So it will be automatically creating a structure for you so that the programming becomes easier for the programmer. So now I'll be creating a particular program that will be demonstrating, say for example, the use of pass by value and pass by reference. Say for example, I have got two variables here, a and b. Now I can have a constructor. So I'll press here right click, insert code. I'll select the constructor here. So I'll select the fields, that is the list of instance fields. So these are the basically instance fields. So this is the constructor. So it is basically the instance field. And it is basically the constructor. So it is the reference of the current class that is called method test. So it is the local variable. So a and b here are local variables, but these are basically instance fields. So in that we can distinguish between the instance field and the local fields, provided they are having the same name. So that is the idea. Now I would like to create a method here for pass by value and pass by reference. Say for example, the name of method is so static void pass by value. Say for example, I am having here two variables x and y. So I will be having the requirement of a temporary variable, so just their values will be swapped. So that has been done. So swap by value, that is pass by value, I can refer to it. Now I will be now creating a method for pass by reference. So it will be having a little bit different structure. So pass by reference, say I will be writing here ref, that means reference. So I will be providing here the name, say for example so it is the name of the reference of the same class within which I have defined this method. So it will be basically, say for example ob.a. So it will be basically using the concept of pass by reference. So it is the example of pass by value. The next one is the example of pass by reference. So now I will be creating the main method. So I will be writing here PSBM, press tab, it will be creating automatically for you. So first I will be having, say for example, two variables, say x and y. So x equal to 15 and y equal to 20. So now I will be first applying, say for example, this particular method to swap their values. So the particular method will be just swapping their value within it, but whenever I will be moving out of this method, so the particular change will be temporary, like for the time being the change that we have made inside this method will be shown, but whenever I'll be coming back to this method, that is main method, from where this is going to be called, so the change is not permanent, it is basically temporary. So that is why the values will remain same. Just have a look at it. So I will be just writing here, say before swap. So it is the name of the variable, that is x. So it will be y. So now I will be making a call to this function that is called pass by value. So now I will be showing this, like I would like to show what is the state of the variables after calling this particular method. So I will be writing here after swap. So just I would like to check it whether there is any change, like in terms of their value being made or not. Just now I will be pressing the run file option by selecting right click on it. So it will be showing that there is no change in terms of their values, like it was like x was 15 before swap and y was before swap 20. So now after the swap is being done by using values, it will remain the same. That means the changes that we are making here will be temporary, it is not going to be permanent. Now I will be using here the concept of pass by reference. So for that, first I will be creating an object, say method test. So here I will be putting some value, say for example 10 and 20. Now I would like to use the same set of examples here for demonstration. Say for example here I will be using, say empty dot a. Here I will be using empty dot a. Here I will be using empty dot b. So it will be now b. So that will be copied here because it will be doing the same thing, but here I will be using the method pass by ref. So for pass by ref I will be passing here the object reference, that is empty, that is denoting the reference of the class method test. So just have a look at here. So it is the class name, it is having two instance field, so it is the constructor by using which we will be just initializing these two variables. So let's check what is the output. So here you can check that before swap, like by using the pass by reference, we are having the value of a as 10 and b as 20. Now the particular function being applied, after being applied, it will be exchanging their values, that is the swap is actually going to be permanent here, which is unlike the previous one. Like by using pass by value, the change that we are making here is not permanent, but by using pass by reference, the change that we are making here is basically going to be permanent. So it is basically the example of pass by value, and it is basically the next one is basically the example of pass by reference. So that you can see here also. So I hope that you have understood what is the logic that we are applying here. So actually we are swapping the values here by using the pass by value option. Okay, but the change that we are making here is not permanent, the change will be temporary. But here whenever it will be coming back to this main method, that means to its caller, the changes will not be shown. Like that is the idea. The value of x and y before swap and after swap are same, but in this second example, like for the object that we have created here, that is empty is the example object reference here. So it is basically storing the object. So the value of a is 10 and b is 20, so it will be first showing the initial value a 10 and b 20. Now after applying the pass by reference, so that will be get called here. So it will be just making the changes by using the reference. So basically it will be getting copied here, and from that I will be getting access to a and b. So that is why the changes will be done in the memory location. So that is why it is going to be permanent. So that is the idea that we have implemented here. So now in the next example I will be showing you a program that will be having a method that will return an object. Say for example it is named test, the name of the class is test. So I will be just removing the unnecessary lines. Suppose I am having only one instance field that is called a. Now I am having a constructor Same option I will be selecting here that I did earlier. So I have created the constructor. Now I will be doing what? I will be basically creating a method that will be returning a particular kind of object. Say test, it will be return type. So the name of the method is basically, say for example, return object. So within which, say for example, I'll be writing here a reference of the class that is named test. So now I'll be having a reference. So say for example, I would like to increase the value by 5. So that is my objective here. So now I'll be writing here return t. So now I have created a method that will be returning an object. So method returning object, and it is basically the constructor that is used for automatic initialization of an object. Basically it will be initializing this instance field. It is basically the instance field. So now I'll be creating the main method. Say so first I'll create an object, say named t1 equal to new test. Say for example, the initial value will be 10. So t1 dot a, that is the initial value of a, which is part of the object reference t1 that is shown here. It is basically 10. It is shown here. So now I would be making a call to this method. Say for example, now I'll be writing here test t2 equal to t1 dot. So it will be showing the method because it is an instance method. So if I am calling this method, a new object will be created. So just I would like to check what is the value. So now it is basically incrementing its value. So basically whenever I will be making a call to this instance method, it will be taking the object reference created earlier. So it is having the value of a as 10. So it will be like this thing will be getting copied here. So now what is the value of a, that is ob dot a, it is now 10. So plus 5, that is it is getting incremented by 5. So the object that we are creating here and which will be returned a little bit later here, so it is having a value of a as 15. So 10 plus 5, so that is why you are getting the value of t2, because it is storing the value that will be returned by this method and it is getting the value of a as 15. So now I will be making another call to this method and I would like to show you what is the new value of a for this particular object. So it is basically name t3. So now I will be selecting the right click option. Now you can see here it has been increased and it will be increased by 5. So here we are having the value of a as 15. So it will be getting copied here. So 15 plus 5, 20. So it is stored in this object like object reference. So it is returned by this particular statement. So it is coming back to this, like t3 will be storing the result of the method. So now the for the object reference t3 we will be getting the value of a as 20. So that is the logic that we have applied here. So in that way we can show you the example of a method that can return an object. So I hope that you have understood what is the logic of using pass by value, pass by reference, and how to create a method that will return an object here. So here we have created a method that will be doing such thing, and it is basically an instance method. I hope that you have thoroughly watched this video, and if you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So here comes my YouTube channel URL, and please visit my website. You will get a lot of useful information here, and here comes my official email ID. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.